Hello, this is Danny Raymond, the voice behind Ray's Guide, with 8 ships that I think need to be added to the game. And I mean actually needed in the game, not just some other manufacturer's version of a light fighter or their version of the Constellation. Each of these are not anybody's new version of anything, but a real unmet need. First, the Greycat Materials onloading-offloading vehicle, the Greycat MOOV, plus of course the Greycat MOOV-DS. In a sentence, these are the Greycat Rock with a tractor beam or beams to replace the mining laser, plus perhaps a larger power supply to make up for the lack of a need for internal storage. And what are they needed for? Well, the cargo refactor, plain and simple. These are what the hired stevedores will use to load up your ship if you pay them, and this is what they will lend you if you want to do the loading yourself. Because nobody is going to load up a C2 by carrying one SCU box at a time. Once they have created the ship-based tractor beams, this really does feel like an afternoon's job for a ship team. Second, the Anvil Terrapin Bravo. The Terrapin B is an internal rework of the Terrapin to make it the ideal ship for carrying in the hangar bay of the Odyssey. As I said in my second video on the Odyssey, the ship is so big that doing exploration of many places will be a matter of bringing the exploration ship in the hangar that can fit into places like small jump tunnels, caves, etc., that the Odyssey itself would never be able to fit. So the Terrapin Bravo is equipped with double bunks instead of the single one, and will have more weapon lockers and suit storage so that players have the ability to not just scan and find, but also land, collect, and store. This will also be a quick job for a ship team. Third, the Origin 200U. Taxi missions, before they were taken off the roadmap, were described thus. NPCs will request transport between rest stops in this mission type, with rewards determined by the speed, safety, and comfort in which the player delivers the NPC to their destination. But which ship is really optimized for providing a single character, besides the pilot, transport in maximum comfort? The 400 is a possibility, but is way oversized for just one passenger or two. Everything else requires the passenger to sit in a jump seat or drop ship seat, or expects them to sit or lie on a bed the whole trip. The 200U is essentially a limousine, slotted between the 100 and 300 in size, but instead of having a bed in the cabin, has a couple of comfy business class lounge seats, a minibar kitchen, and a showerlet. Note that this would continue a pattern of the even first-digit Origin ships, 200, 400, 600, be passenger carriers, while the odd first-digit Origin ships, 100 and 300, being solo operator ships. Fourth, the Freelancer MIN. This is the answer to what you use to bring supplies to ships like the Odyssey, Liberator, and etc. In the real world, this is called carrier onboard delivery, and an example of a plane designed for it would be the Grumman C2 Greyhound. So the Freelancer MIN is a Freelancer shortened and wings clipped to be able to fit in an extra small hangar. 2 seats instead of 4, 2 bunks instead of 4, a showerlet mini kitchen, and 36 SCU would do the trick. Also, if possible, rotatable VTOL engines, maybe looking like the ones on the Prospector. With ships in Pyro needing to be resupplied, this has a clear use case there. Fifth, the Banu Merchant Boy. Okay, its official name is the Banu Journeyman, but everybody calls it the Merchant Boy. In other words, the BMM has grown so large that it opens up room for a traveling merchant craft for somebody who doesn't want to have so much organizational responsibility and who doesn't have that much working capital to get a merchantman stocked and manned. I am thinking of something more on the size and capacity of the Freelancer Max or Mercury Star Runner. Sixth, the RSI Aquabear. This is an aquatic rover with the same external dimensions when stored as the Ursa, so it would fit in any ship that could fit an Ursa rover. I envision it with a teardrop shape to move smoothly through dense medium like water, and rotatable fins that have positions. First, folded for fitting on ships, which can also extend a set of wheels for rolling into the ship. Second, shallow, which allows for working in, say, rivers and small streams. Third, underwater, which is similar to shallow. And fourth, hydrofoil, which allows high-speed surface skimming. It seats 3 and has a water-capable airlock and an externally accessible storage area for 2 SCU. Seventh and eighth, the Argo MOOT and Drake Snare. The Argo version of this craft is the materials onloading and offloading transport and is essentially the equivalent of the MOOV, but for loading and unloading those big cargo containers from the Hull C, D, and E ships that cannot be supported by ground operations. It has an operator seat, but on more sophisticated cargo dock operations is remotely controlled. I created this prototype with robotic arms for moving the canisters, but I guess the tractor beams could work just as well depending on development priorities. Drake Interplanetary brought the manufacturing rights for the MOOT, and along with several other changes, added 2 cutting lasers to the robotic arms to use as a salvage support vessel, cutting out large and capital-sized components from the outside of the ship and towing them to something like a caterpillar for transport. CIG has stated that there are 5 types of salvage operations. First, data extraction. Second, draining of valuable or dangerous liquids and gases such as fuel and oxygen. 3. Stripping the hull of surface metal, exposing the structure underneath. 4. Cutting and pulling valuable ship components for sale. And 5. Grinding the frame into scrap. Now, for small and medium components, the cutting and pulling of components will likely be done EVA with a multi-tool cutter and tractor beam. But large and capital components would seem to need something more than hand tools, and this would be where the snare would come in. When I hear players talk about salvage, they talk about the component recovery, as this has the impression of being potentially quite profitable, but most of the description of salvage ships has talked about hull stripping and frame grinding. So a manned tool for component recovery has a place. And now for an update on the Grow the Channel Ship giveaway. As of recording, we're at over 57% of the subscriber goal and over 47% of the membership goal to release to someone their choice of either the Anvil Liberator, the Ship Shipping Ship for shipping your ships, or the Misk Odyssey Long Duration Exploration Carrier. 1 entry per video. Members are entered automatically, and if the winner is a member as of the publication date of the winning video, they will win both the Liberator and the Odyssey. For non-members, just subscribe and comment somehow, including the secret word. And the secret word for this video is any of the ship names that I've used in this video. Fly safe, keep it real, and I'll see you in the verse. This is Daniel Raymond for Ray's Guide.